In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a paper airplane that flies well over 100 feet, and it's really not that difficult to fold. And this plane is called Scorcher. This video is sponsored by Stamp & Storage. More about them in a minute. Scorcher is an absolute beast of a paper airplane, which as you saw can fly up to 130 feet. And I think it looks amazing even when you just fold it from regular paper, but I have designed a template for it, which of course adds to its appearance. So if you support me on patreon.com/foldableflight, you can download and print off this design as well as over 50 others. And that's an ever-growing list of designs where you can just make planes that look really, really cool. Now, do stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you my very farthest throw, the farthest that I have thrown any paper airplane ever. And with that, let's get to it. Now, very quickly before we start folding, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Stamp & Storage. Stamp & Storage has the absolute best paper storage solutions that you will find anywhere. I sought them out personally because I saw that their solutions were just absolutely amazing. And with their help, I have completely reorganized my studio. You can see the before and after here. My paper is now pristine, whereas before it was an absolute mess. So if you're like me and you have a lot of paper that you need to store in an organized fashion, click on that affiliate link in the description below to check out Stamp & Storage and all of their many solutions for your many needs. If you're using the template to fold Scorcher, be sure to begin with the colored side down and this target symbol in the top right corner over here on that edge that's facing away from you. But for this tutorial, we'll just use a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, and you can also use A4 paper to fold this plane. And with that, we'll begin by folding the right edge to the left edge. We'll go ahead and open that up. And now I'm going to fold this edge in almost to my center crease, but you'll see I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch, maybe just a little more than 1/8 of an inch here between this edge and my center crease. And as you fold the other side in, you could book match it by folding this in half and then folding this, but I actually find I'm even more accurate if I just estimate and look to try and create the exact same gap between this edge and the center crease as what I have on the other side of the paper. It's a small enough distance that it's pretty easy to estimate and get it right. Okay. And now I'm going to fold this edge here into this raw edge, not all the way into the center. And I really want to control this so that this edge doesn't move toward the center at all as I fold here. So like that, and there should be a gap between this edge here and the center crease, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fold this edge in to that edge there. And you really want to roll your layers and land this edge in that corner right there, right along that edge. It's really important to control these layers and not let them slide as you fold this layer in. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. and your plane should look like this. We're now going to fold in even again, folding this edge to this edge, again not to the center crease. And I keep repeating myself, but you really want to control your layers. Don't let them slide toward the center as you do this. And I'm landing this edge right along that edge, not the center crease. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on this side. And finally, we break the pattern, and now we are going to open these up just into this orientation here. And I want you to notice the point where this edge and this crease here intersect. And we're basically going to be folding the top down, so we create a crease that goes right through those two intersection points. And as you do that, you'll notice that your point will go past this bottom edge, so you need to flip it over and make sure you line up the center crease here with the center crease on that layer before you really firmly place that crease. Okay, I'll flip it over and open it back up, and you can see exactly where that crease went. And now I'm going to close these layers, and I'm actually going to make the same exact crease now with these layers closed. So you can see it's already on the back layer. And I just need to crease from this point here to this point there, which is right along that same existing crease on the opposite side. So you can use that to help you, but you'll want to control your layers on this side as you do that. And just fold it down like so. And now we are ready to perform a swivel fold. So you can see we've got this valley crease right here and a mountain crease right there. And basically you are just swinging forward until that mountain crease lands, and you can then flatten this whole section right here, just like so. And then you're going to fold from this point here to this point down here, this whole section that crossed the center back across. Just like so. And we'll just repeat those steps on the other side. So you can see I've got that valley fold right there and this mountain fold, and I'm just swinging the mountain fold forward until it lands. And then I just flatten this out. And I'm folding from this point here to that point right there. And my plane should look like this. And now I'm just going to fold this in the opposite direction down like so. I'll do the same thing here. And we're ready to now fold the plane in half, inward like this. And the gap we left in the middle is what allows us to do this without tearing the paper. And now I'm just going to fold the wings by folding this edge here to my bottom edge and just following that angle all the way to the back. So I kind of like to start right here where the layers are thickest and try to land this corner right down there. And I use my left hand in conjunction with my right hand and work on the nose and just try to get it into alignment. And I'm just following that same angle now all the way to the back. Okay, and now once I've done one side, I'm actually going to, for now, just open that back up. I find it's easier to fold the second side if the first side is not folded already. And I'm going to fold this edge here to this edge. Again, really focusing on this thick section is the key to getting a nice crease here. And then just rolling that front section as much as you can. Very thick layers, so I understand it's a bit of a challenge. And when you get to the back, you really want to make sure that the top of this wing is folding right at the same point as the back of that wing. So you can see I want those to land at exactly the same point. If this wing's taller than my other wing, that's going to be a problem. Okay, and now we just open this up, set our wings to a slightly dihedral angle so that when it opens up, they're just flat or angled upward slightly. And this is a finished Scorcher, which should fly very, very far for you once you get it dialed in. And you may need just a little bit of up elevator to do so. You can do that by bending the back edges right near that keel of the plane up just slightly. You do not need a lot. And with that, let me show you the paper airplane I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Now, as you can see, this plane is actually quite similar in shape to Scorcher, but it is using much more complex origami to achieve this beautiful lock that holds it all together, and that lock is buried perfectly under these other layers, so it's not creating any drag. The weight of this plane is actually very forward as well, and that helps it to pierce through the air without much drag. It maintains its momentum very, very well. And you can see I wrote a 170 on this because I've gotten this plane all the way out to 170 feet. And it's worth mentioning that that would have been a distance good enough for third place at the international finals of the last Red Bull Paper Wings competition. So let me show you that throw, as well as some others with this plane.